I couldn't remember the last time I had been standing for this long. Most of my days were spent in bed staring at a television set or with my face buried in a book. I only traversed the dangerous hallway when absolutely necessary, usually to relieve myself. I had begun to think this would be my way of life permanently. I would eat on my bed, pay bills on my bed, converse on my bed, live on my bed. The mailman knew to open my door without permission, leaving incoming boxes on my living room chair. Anyone visiting knew to walk straight into where I was forced to spend my time awake and asleep. My room was often referred to as my lair. There was a lot of truth to that, joking or not. My bare eggshell walls were my landscape. My dark red curtains kept the outside world from seeing what I had become. I loved those curtains. I found myself drifting off into many daydreams while staring at the surrounding glow from the sun behind them. Leaving my fortress of safety and solitude was usually a scary and draining act. Every one of my steps was so carefully thought out. All of my attention and concentration was focused on proper and smooth body movements. Muscular dystrophy had wreaked havoc on my muscles, and I paid the price minute by slowly weakening minute. So there I was, my trembling hands grazing the walls to keep my balance. I could hear people talking in the other room, distracting me from my task of remaining upright. The arches of my feet developed sharp pains from my anxious clenching, as if I could force my toes to cling to the carpet strands and keep me safe. I wanted to ask someone to shut this door. It was cold, but I thought the quick intake of breath needed in order to speak would throw me off balance. I didn't want a dreaded fall to ruin the momentous occasion, so I kept quiet and shivered internally. In the few nervous seconds that I waited, I thought of my curtains and the life that waited beyond them. I remembered their brightness in the morning, as if the sun glittered through the red strands and frolicked throughout my room. In the evenings, a gorgeous Gothic maroon light show was cast upon my wall as the horizon disappeared. I was brought out of my reverie by the sound of motors and gears. I grabbed onto a chair for support as the noise caused my heart to beat sporadically. Following a huge gust of wind was my new life, my new freedom, a new independence from my shelter. It was my new wheelchair, my new red wheelchair. The end, and on to many new beginnings.